Today is an exciting day, friends, because Singe Beauty released a new palette. Not only did Singe Beauty release a new palette, but Singe Beauty released a neutral palette. We are going to create two looks. We're going to talk about this palette and the lip liners. Let's go ahead and dive in. First of all, I do want to say Singe Beauty is a brand owned by my bestie, Angelica Nyquist. She is the owner, the CEO, the creative director, all of the things. This is an indie brand out of Austin, Texas, and this is Angie's third palette. And we have a neutral palette, which is right up my alley. But the thing that I love about this is that it's like a spicy neutral, right? So you have neutral shades, you have a duochrome in Groovy, which is really cool. You have some rose gold tones, you have some greens, you have a mixture of warm tones, cool tones, and I just am so excited for this palette. Of course, I love the packaging here. Angie did this like Paisley, if I didn't say, this is the Paisley Hoot. So we have like 70s vibe Paisley on the front. The embossings on the inside are super cute. I love everything about this palette. Even if Angie wasn't my bestie, I would love this palette because this is a color story that speaks to me. The thing that I love about this palette is that even though Angie is an indie brand, she is funded all by herself, she is able to keep this palette at $45, which I feel like is super affordable for the fact that you're getting mattes, you're getting shimmers, you're getting a topper, you're getting a duochrome, you are getting the works. Now, the Singe Beauty formula is amazing. The mattes are super buttery, blendable. You'll be able to see how easy they blend. The shimmers just really pack a punch. They stay all day. The quality is fantastic. Like I said, this is Angie's third palette. We will talk about the other two at the end of the video, but I want to create two looks with you. I do also want to talk about their lip liners. Angie did release 9 lip liners, y'all, and I swatched them all. Now, you can purchase one lip liner at a time, or you can get a bundle of 3. I was actually sent a bundle of 3 in my PR package with the palette, but I went on to purchase the rest because I wanted to be able to give you lip swatches and show you just how nice and creamy and comfortable and pigmented these lip liners are. So you will see in the video, this is a wooden pencil, and the thing that's nice about it is it's giving me like MAC and Anastasia Beverly Hill vibes with the wooden pencil that you're able to sharpen to a nice point. You can get a nice crisp line, but I wouldn't say that this formula is as stiff as MAC and ABH. This formula is a little bit creamier. It's not quite as creamy as like the Charlotte Tilbury or Natasha Denona, but it's nice and creamy to the point where it's not dragging on my lips, it's not tugging, it's not uncomfortable, but I am able to sharpen it to a nice precise point and get some definition on the lips. You can also fill them in if you wanted to. You're able to fill in your lip completely, and it gives you some great long wear lasting power. This lasts all day. Of course, you know, it will wear out throughout the day when you're eating, drinking, things like that, but when I put this on in the morning, I have been wearing Brazen Birch like nobody's business, and when I put this on in the morning, there is still some remnants of lip liner at the end of the day after I've been talking, I've been eating, I've been drinking my coffee, all of those things, and I love the Brazen Birch. That is like my lips but better. But the shade that I am wearing today, I wanted to do something outside of my comfort zone, and so I kind of created this like Taylor Swift orange vibe when she was in the New Heights episode where she was talking about her newest album. So I went in with this shade in Jazzy Juniper, which is like a kind of like a deep burnt orange shade, and then I topped it with Morocco from NARS, and so that is the lip liner that we have here. I do also want to tell you before we get into the palette, I am wearing 2 of Singe Beauty's evocative blushes. I love a sunset vibe. I love getting this like warm cheek. The nice thing about the Singe blushes is they do have a little bit of a sheen, and so I like to mix Timid Tomato and Persistent Persimmon, and when I put Persistent Persimmon all over the cheek and then take Timid Tomato and just kind of focus it on the outer part of my cheek, in the hollow of my cheek, it creates this nice sunset vibe. It's nice and warm. There's a nice sheen, not a flat matte, but not sparkly or shimmery. So I love to do that with my blushes. But the star of the show is this beautiful palette here. Why don't I go ahead and zoom you in and we will dive into these 2 looks here. Okay, so we are going to create 2 looks today. I think I kind of want to do like a neutral look, maybe a little green look. We will see what we end up with. I think I'm going to start with this shade right here in Earthy. I'm using my Singe EO3, which is just a fluffy brush, and I am going to put this all over the crease, kind of messy, kind of sloppy, and just slap this beautiful brown color all over. Then I'm going to take that same brush and I want to dip into Velvet just lightly and kind of get a hint of that mustard yellow along the top, just blending it out a bit. I don't need a lot because I do have a light skin tone, so if I just tap into it and lightly run across the top, that'll give me like a hint of that mustard, which will match my tank top here. I'm going to take a little bit of this shade right here in Corduroy with the cute little owl, and I'm just going to stamp that along this outer edge here. I'm using my Singe EO2, so it's a little bit smaller, a little bit more tapered, but still fluffy enough to where I can blend it on this outer corner. I like kind of a smoky look, but also bring it up into the crease a bit. So I'm going to take my Singe pencil brush and I'm going to go back into, oh, I was going to say this shade. I haven't used this shade. No, I'm going to go back into Earthy. I'm going to go back into Earthy with my E11 by Singe. This is the pencil brush, and I'm just going to run this underneath my lower lash line, cover up some of those crepes that I got there going on. This is my birthday month, and I'll be 38, so we definitely have some fine lines there that I want to hide. Same brush, a touch of that corduroy shade, and just put that in the outer corner. Now I am taking this E33 from Sigma and just a touch of that like yellow velvet shade, and I just want to get a hint of it. So this brush is nice and fluffy, and I can just kind of hit the edges there. So here's the thing, everything in me wants to use this groovy shade, which is the Duochrome Shift. It has the gold, the green, the orange, but I know that everybody's been using that one, so I think I'm going to go into this shade right here in Jumpsuit, and I'm going to use my Singe EO1. I'm going to pick up Jumpsuit and spray it with Fix Plus. And here we have Jumpsuit on the brush, and it is a beautiful, beautiful, just like rich gold shade. So I am going to put this all over the lid, and I have small hooded eyes, so I can even bring it up a bit. I don't mind. That is beautiful. I think what I'm going to do is go into this disco shade just with my finger. It's this like lighter shade, and just kind of tap it in the middle to kind of highlight and spotlight the middle section of my eye. That is beautiful. A little extra pop. I'm just going into, this is from Sigma, another pencil brush, but it's clean, and I want to go into this Shag Rug, which is the very, very bright matte white, and I want to put this in the outer corner and kind of take it up to open up my eyes. My eyes are small and hooded. This color is very, very pigmented. And there we have the first look, very neutral, very warm, very fall, shiny, shifty, shimmery. Let's do something on the green side next. Okay, now I want to play in the greens, so I'm going to go into this shade right here in Platform, which is like a cooler toned green. I'm going in with that same EO3, which is just fluffy, a fluffy blending brush, and I am going to build that up in the crease. Now that I have that built up to my liking, I do want to take this bell bottom shade, same brush, and just kind of, again, hit the edges, blend it out a bit, make it look like a little bit of an ombre up into the brow bone area. Going back into my EO2 from Singe, and I'm going to go into this Paisley shade, this beautiful, beautiful green shade, and do the same thing where I kind of deepen that outer V and take it up into the crease a bit. I'm cleaning off my brushes on my Sigma switch here, so I am using the same brushes. We're gonna go into my Singe pencil brush again, and I think I'm gonna start with this one right here again in Platforms and run that along the lower lash line. Going into a little bit of Paisley and just putting that on that outer third of my eye. Same thing, E33, hitting up that bell bottom shade. And for the lid, again, I feel like you could go in with Groovy and that would be really fun here, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna go into Chevron and spray my brush with Fix Plus. Again, this is my E01 and the shade Chevron. This is a beautiful, beautiful, sparkly green shade. Oh my gosh. So beautiful, so pigmented, and y'all, I don't see any fallout. I mean, like maybe a couple specks, but this is amazing. Going into that same pencil brush and shag rug, and I want to do the same thing. Kind of take this onto that inner corner and open up the eye. And so here we have the finished look. This second look here is nice and green and mossy with some olive tones. The sparkle, the shine is amazing. And then of course on the first eye, we have these copper tones. It's very warm, it's very fiery. I love the way this makeup looks. I love pairing it with this lip color here. I don't typically go for orange, but definitely my style. I love the way that everything looks together. I didn't want to forget to tell you about this cute little, I want to say makeup bag, but really just this cute little clear bag. This is the evocative Singe Beauty bag. And the thing that's nice about this is it is clear and it does come with a strap. So like if you're going to a sporting event, you need something to take with you that you can throw your phone in, or if you just want a place to store your lip liners, your brushes, whatever it may be, you have this nice clear bag. Singe Beauty does also have two other makeup bags, one that is larger and can fit a ton of things, one that is a little bit smaller, you can put your brushes in, so now you have this clear one as well. So I love that touch. Now, of course, I am a huge fan of the Paisley Hoot. I mean, I knew I would be. Like, this is my color story. This is what I look for in a palette. It is absolutely beautiful and amazing, and I love everything about it. This is the third palette that Angie came out with, so I want to go ahead and show you the other two. The first one that Angie released was Galactic Visitor. Now, this was kind of like an ode to Angie being a Swede in Texas, because you have the cowgirl here. She's getting beamed up by an alien. I think the packaging on this is just fantastic. And this was my first taste at Singe Beauty and their shadows. And of course I knew that Angie would do nothing but the best. This color story is so fun. It's a mixture of blues and greens and a little bit of neutral tones there. I really love these bottom shades in Encounter, Orbit, and Milky Way. Those I think are my favorite in the palette. I also was able to try out the Agate Temptation palette, which released earlier this year. This one is another one, if you're into neutrals, I think you would really like this one. This one is based on the Agate Gemstone. Again, you have these nice rich green shades. You do have some fun neutrals, warmer tone. This shade here in Crystallized is amazing. I have gotten tons and tons of use out of that one. So now I am excited to add the Paisley Hoot to my collection of Singe Beauty palettes. You can get all of these on Angie's website. I'll have the information listed down below, but these palettes are amazing, and I am so happy that Angie came out with this neutral palette. Okay, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Big thank you to Angie for sending the Paisley Hoot and some of the lip liners my way. I was so excited to demo them for you. Let me know what you picked up down below. Otherwise, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you are subscribed before you go. That way I can see you in the next video. Bye.